What's going on, guys? Elite Sergeant here. Today with a Call of Duty Ghosts commentary. Something new from my other videos. I just thought, you know what, let's mix it up a bit. And I don't claim before, before anyone says anything, I don't claim to be MLG, optic at Call of Duty. So this I just hopped on and got the best games as possible before I had to go to work. So basically what I was going to talk about is Call of Duty Ghosts, the game itself. Now, a lot of people like it, a lot of people love it, and a lot of people hate it. For me personally, I think I like it and possibly a bit more. My reasons for this possibly is just because once you're good at the game, this game is a game that you need to play more for it to get better. So the more comfortable you feel with the type of the game modes, the weapons, how to use them, where people kind of spawn, what weapons are the best, what attachments work the best with what guns, perks, etc, etc, then the game honestly is such fun. It's a lot of fun, and the best thing about it is that it feels great. The maps are insane, not the layout, but the look of the maps are crazy good, and that's a huge thing. You can tell the difference between these maps and Black Ops 2 maps or previous ones. So I can't wait to see how Ghost runs or how Ghost looks on the Xbox One, PS4, new consoles and all that. But besides those good points, there are a list of bad points. For me, the good points, just those 2 points, do kind of overpower the bad points. And so the bad points, for me personally, I'm not sure whether people will agree with me on this or whether they'll just won't agree. Basically is the spawns. I think, me personally, this is all my own opinion, all the spawns are just absolute shite. I'm not even joking. It's the amount of times I get shot in the back, or I actually see someone spawn on my on my screen. It's just crazy, and it shouldn't happen in whatever game you play, regardless of Call of Duty or not. In any first-person shooter, you should have at least a good 10 seconds before someone could kill you when you've just spawned. It's just crazy. And as you can see, two people could be on the one side of the map from the same team, and then one person could be on the other side, but then everyone would still spawn rather than just on the side or the middle. They'd just spawn on the one side. It's kind of hard to explain, but you've got to play the game to really understand why it's so annoying. And the thing that doesn't help with the spawns are the maps. And I've said the maps are good. They look good, and all that good stuff. That it's aesthetically pleasing. But the maps itself, the layout of it, the way they work, how fast-paced they are, how big, small they are, the maps are pretty bad as well. I mean, the smallest map, this Prison Break's probably my favourite map, but there's no small maps. There's no, there's no shipment from COD 4, but they're all quite big, and it slows the game down a fair bit, and makes you use a limited amount of weapons, so you won't use snipers as much because people are up in your grills before you can even scope in and what's not. So that's a big downfall for the game, and the maps have been highlighted for being bad from so many people, from official blogs from IGN or Machinima to professional gamers like Nadeshot, Scump and all that. So they realise as well also how they haven't supported competitive Call of Duty, which I feel, for me personally, is bad, because I love to watch competitive Call of Duty. If you haven't ever seen it, I recommend going watching it. It's just so intense, and they're just so good at the game because they have a career out of it. So that's why the maps aren't good for that. They don't support competitive Call of Duty as Black Ops 2 did. So that's something again which I'm not too fond of the game for. And if you play the game, if you play Call of Duty Ghosts, you may or may haven't noticed that the weapons are very similar. For me, anyway, I find it similar. All SMGs don't really vary. There's the Vepr and the Biazon or something like that. They are very similar guns, but they're just two different guns, which I don't understand. And then there's the MTAR and then there's the ARX gun. They're both, one's assault rifle, one's sub, but they both are the same for me. It's confusing if you haven't played the game. Play the game and you'll see. Use all the weapons and you'll see. There's no snipers better than any sniper. You know. Don't get me wrong. Like the new features for scoping in, blurred field of view rather than a black field of view is good. I like that a lot. But it's just, I like to see a lot of variety of guns. So, you know, you have the OP guns like the MSBS, but that's been nerfed now. I'm not sure. Like guns like that, you're always going to get an overpowered gun. But it should all come down to personal preference, really. But all of them for me are just very similar. And even on any gun, I've noticed that silencers don't really deduct damage. I use silencers all the time. As you can see on the previous gameplay on Prison Break, not on this one because it's an LMG, but I use silencers all the time just because I don't want to be seen, and it never seems to affect me. Silencers won't ever, you know, stop me getting a kill, or it's just something that I've noticed. It might just be me thinking that I kill them too quickly as on different games, or it's just. It actually is, doesn't deduct any damage, because you're going to get the same knobheads on Call of Duty. You're going to get the campers, you're going to get the trolls, you know, you're going to get the screamy little kids, you'll get the mint people, you'll get the pro people, and you just got to deal with the game more than the player, because, you know, you're always going to get some kid in one room with a noob tube and the most OP assault rifle, so you can't do much about that. But overall, on a bombshell, really, I would give COD Ghosts a 7 out of 10. You may not think that's good, but believe me, it's 7 out of 10 is good for this game, considering how hyped it was and how much of a letdown, if you don't mind me saying, how much of a letdown this game actually was, really, for a lot of people. For me personally, I'm still going to play it, I'm still going to enjoy playing it, but there's just that something missing. It doesn't seem like Call of Duty anymore, and they're veering off to more like Battlefield with the destructive scenery, etc. So thanks for watching this gameplay, guys. If you like it, please like. If you're new, please subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Cheers.